So what's next as we head into probably the end of week 2, heading towards week 3? Say every horse is different and every horse will set the pace for us. So we've started out here, we've gone here, and we've gone here. We're literally adding on a minute of everything a day. So we work up to about 5 minutes of this exercise. We do it one rein, we do another. You know, some days your horse might come out and you might think, oh, I've done 2 minutes and he's starting to get a bit stuffy, just pull back, isn't going forward nicely, is finding it a little bit complicated or something. Well, if you think that you've got the best out of the horse on that day, then that is enough. The most important thing with these exercises in rehab, in prehab, in foundation is to know that you've got the best out of your horse on that day, which some days, you know, depending on what you're doing, it might be 10 minutes, it might be 20 minutes, it might be 40 minutes. So it really depends on what you're doing. You must listen to your horse, let them communicate openly with you. Don't ignore the little signs of a change in the pace or the head starting to raise or a little bit of stickiness, especially in these exercises. It's very important that we listen to everything. Although funnily enough, we have to also appreciate that often, especially in these types of exercises, I hope you've watched the other videos to see the importance of them, is that often the exercises that we have to give the horses are often the ones mentally they don't want to do because they are physically challenged by them, but they are probably the ones that they do need to do more of. So everything in careful consideration. We've added on, once we've completed this exercise and we've got up to somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes, say, then we do this exercise. We do this one first and we're doing 5 to 10 minutes of it, and then we add on another minute of this exercise. The next day we come out doing 5 to 10 minutes of this, we add on 2 minutes of this exercise. Do you see? So we're building. So after kind of day 10 to 14 or so, we've gone on to this exercise, and now we are heading probably week 2, heading into week 3, poles. Now you'll see we are on week 3 and now we've only just started to introduce poles where the horses are actually stepping over in a straight line, so what most of us would know as kind of trotting poles. There's different ways of doing this depending on what your horse needs. These are usually used raised alternatively to help stabilize the pelvis. They're all this is also a very good kind of assessment tool because the horse is going in a straight line. We need to see what's happening with each hock or stifle or hip or even up into the pelvis and over the gluteal area, what's happening as the horse steps over each one. So, you know, 4 poles, maybe 5 max. You might want to start with 3 and move on to 4 and then on to 5. You might want to put them on a kind of semicircle, on a C shape, and have all the outside raised or the inside raised, or alternate like this. So you'll see that it's up to week 3 and we've only just started to go over poles in a straight line. So this is a really good exercise to help stabilise the pelvis when the horse is moving. It is particularly important that all these exercises have established a really good rhythm and that the horse is comfortable with these before we go on to this. Any questions? Give us a shout.